Call to order.
Start with the flag salute.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Karen, could we have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Hoover? Here. Dr. Krug? Mrs. Krug? Mrs. Lee? Ms. Phillips? Here. Mr. Basil?
Not yet.
Mrs. Waxmansky?
Here.
Mrs. Wolf? Here. Ms. Zenshaw?
Here. Okay, we do have one person for guest and patron, Mr. Dan Previte. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Just a couple seconds or a couple minutes just addressing an issue which I know you know, Danielle, from talking in the past. Very excited to get into the new gym. My wife and I, having coached for many years here, watching our own kids, our own grandkids, it seems like it's an endless number of gyms that we've been in this region over the last 25 years. Working still for sports here at Northern Cambria, doing football, volleyball, basketball, track. Just wanted to mention that I think people are going to walk out of this gym once we get in there and they're going to say, wow, why can't we have a facility like this? So it's exciting times, I believe. It's a showcase to the community of what we have here. The only concern I have is that I think to complete the entire project is to move those scoreboards from up there down here. And for anybody that's been up in that gym and has seen them, you will probably conclude with me that they're probably the nicest scoreboards that I've seen in this whole region. They're only 3 years old. They cost almost $30,000 to the school district. They're made by OES. They have a Color Pro option available to them, which you may think that that's a minimal effect for scoreboards, but the players, the coaches, the officials all love the different types of colors we have on the board, designated times or scores or whatever. They have a lot of neat features in them. Just looking at the boards over here in the renovated gym, I can just tell by not even operating them that they're probably not the same quality of board that we have up here in the high school. I think it would be a shame that we have such a nice facility here, and I think we just need to cap it off with finding a way of getting those boards down here. Without going into any type of particulars of what those boards offer, just trust me, they are a godsend. The officials really enjoy them because there's things they can see on there that other schools and boards don't offer. Errors are very easy to correct. Situations are easy to correct while the game is going on. They're just a treat to work with. I'm thinking that if you have concerns about moving them down, and if cost is one of them, we being retired, we would have no problems working along with any of you of trying to find monies to raise to get the cost away from the district and to get those boards moved down here. If damage to the floor, which we don't want to see at all, is a concern, I have no problems with contacting as many schools in our region and talking to athletic directors and saying, hey, have you had to replace lights, scoreboard, speakers? Did you have to bring equipment in onto the floors? Did you have any problems with the floors afterwards? We have no problems. We have free time other than flooded basements. But we would be more than glad to work along with you. If there are obstacles, we would like to sit down and work with you in how to overcome these obstacles and get that job done and get those down here. Not quite sure for volleyball, but at least for basketball, we can do that. I think basically that's all I have to say. We would stay till the end to entertain any questions, which I don't think that's protocol here. We've got to tend to our space here.
I thank you very much, and one of us is going to get back with you on that.
Okay.
We definitely want to explore that, and I appreciate you coming forward. to do some legwork.
I just think that if we end up selling them and another school district buys them, they're gonna say, look what we got from Northern Care. I think they're that good.
I agree.
really do. I think they're top notch.
I agree. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Have a nice evening.
Okay, at this point, I have, while Dr. Bradley is not on the agenda, I'd like to turn to Dr. Bradley with some comments about
Yeah, thank you.
situations.
Yeah, a couple comments. Nice segue or a bad segue maybe, but a apropos segue from flooded basements into some of the concerns that our district is dealing with right now and our community at large. So I want to thank the community for the support that they've shown to the district. We've gotten phone calls, we've got people to stop by. Everything's been positive. We did experience flooding. It was contained to the arts wing, family consumer science wing, and to the auxiliary gym and weight room. And I'm going to relinquish some of my time to our friends at Serpro who have helped us with that. But prior to my doing that, our own crew really needs to receive a pat on the back because they mobilized from 4 a.m. to about 8 a.m. and did the yeoman's work of addressing flooding, trying to mitigate the flooding, trying to mitigate the damage, get as much useful material out of the impacted areas as they could. We also contacted, with a nod towards student safety, our employee safety, our coworker safety, our own safety. We wanted to make sure the area was safe and continued to be safe. We contacted Keystone Environmental within, I think it was about 6 hours of our initial indication of flooding. They were on site that day doing initial testing. They're going to continue to do testing during the rebuild, and they're going to do testing afterwards to make sure that we are safe for occupancy. Right now, we have preliminary findings that we're looking at what the air content looks like and what the ground content looks like. We're still discovering some of those materials. Right now, we're safe to work here. We fully feel that the areas will be rebuilt and ready to be occupied by our students on August 25th is our first day. I'm going to double check. Sorry, August 20.
I think students are the 26th.
Yeah.
Students are 26th. Thank you, guys. Yeah, Wednesday, August 26th. Thank you. Is our first student day. Our teachers will come in a little bit before that, and that's something new this year as well. Our teachers have really gained the flexibility to conduct one of their own days called their clerical day on their own. They can do that from the end of school last year until August 21st, where they are committed to the district for 7 hours between their last day of school at the end of last year to the first day of school this year, that they're working on their room. So there's not any administrative handcuffs on them. We don't administratively meet. We don't say during that day we want 3 hours of social studies. We don't say we want 3 hours of third grade. It's for their room prep. And we gave them the flexibility, and we worked with our teachers, and they're using that time on their own. They're coming in. I'm seeing teachers throughout the day coming in, working on their room for 2 hours here, an hour here, and they're accumulating those 7 hours. If they want to, they can still come in August 21st. No harm, no foul there. So we're glad to see our teachers in the building because we know they're using it and they're working around. Another nod to our cleaning crew. We waxed the majority of the building this year, and we now may be able to be on a 3-year cycle of waxing, of room readiness. So if a room isn't waxed every year, we waxed on some sort of cycle, knowing what our constraints are with that as well. Stairwells and other room readiness, carpets, things like that. So that crew, under the direction of Bill Mattori is really working and his crew, and I thank the board for their support and the support that they showed as well. And I did ask our Serpro colleagues with Keith Bailey to present just what they've done, how they mobilized and what they've done, and what point they brought us to. So if Keith's ready to present, I'd ask Keith to step up to the microphone and yield some of my time to Keith.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Keith Bailey, Serpro Team Weaver. I'm actually the commercial waters loss division manager for our multiple franchise group. 2 compliments straight away. Joey's touched on both of them. We follow the IICRCS 500 when it's applicable to water losses. it's stressed in the first 3 sections of the IICRC that immediate response is key to salvaging materials and preventing secondary losses like water migration, among other things. I've been doing this for a while, a couple decades, and there was very little left for our responding crews to extract. The site staff did an amazing job. If they're allowed to moonlight, give them my number, like phenomenal work. It saved us a lot of time. It saved a lot of potential secondary loss. Second, in the amount of time that I've been doing this for other organizations as well as ServPro, I've been with ServPro for 10 years. My team travels the country responding to natural disasters. We deal with industrial hygienists that run the gambit of the scope of quality, response time, responsiveness, accuracy of data, and Keystone Environmental is probably the best in the state of Pennsylvania that we've worked with. So every call that was made was great, and I would like to so much pat myself on the back that the third call was to ServPro. So hopefully everybody feels that that was also a good decision. As I said, in our industry we use different vernaculars, but we mucked out, which means that the water brought in silt and mud that was outside through its penetration points. So we extracted, we mucked out, we got all the liquid, as much of the liquid water that was present out of the building. We set stabilization equipment to the tune of dehumidification and air filtration devices that use HEPA filtration in order to stabilize the structure until the next steps. Fast forward to today, we prioritize the students and faculty up to and not including the admin wing. So for those who have offices in those wings that are looking at me dirty, I apologize, but you're next. But those areas will be completed with the mitigation portions. I'm hoping at worst case scenario this weekend, but potentially Friday. Because our franchise system is full service turnkey, we do have carpenters and construction workers that are employed, not subcontractors, that are staged and slated and waiting for me and our crew to give them the green light to come in and start putting in dry insulation, hanging new sheetrock, taking those next steps to put everything back together with the date that Joe gave us looming. So we're backing into a date, I think 3 or 4 days ahead of that, so everybody's comfortable with what's going on. So everything is, we use, I know we touched on this before, but we use a hospital grade disinfectant to clean out grease surface that the water touched. And we also use an EPA registered botanical herbicide for any potential outstanding things that may have survived the initial, I call it napalm, but the hospital grade disinfectant. And then currently, my supervisor is actually fogging with that chemical now in the areas that are unoccupied in order to, it creates a rainforest effect, so it captures any airborne particulate and weighs it down, neutralizes whatever herbicide needs to, and then it's cleaned up after the fact.
Thank you.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
And thank you.
And I know you're going back over there. So
Yeah,
thank you.
I gotta get back to work. So.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My last comments, again, it's been a team effort, and, a big part of that team was, I realize that the workers in the administrative annex have been displaced, and they've been nothing but positive and real, rolled their sleeves up, moved over what they needed to move over. So, when I talk about my co-workers in that annex, a lot of cool pride that you saw there. And I applaud that, and I thank them that they know they're going to be displaced a little bit longer until we have some of their materials replaced, desks that were condemned, things like that that were unusable. And then my final comment is we know that the auxiliary gym was impacted. It was a complete loss, but we're already in the stages of rebuilding that auxiliary gym. We contacted a variety of gym floor experts, and they've been on site. Two different entities have been on site to tell us what the best path forward is to make sure that gym is usable. And that's my final comments. Also, just student recognition. You have a lot of great information, TSA at your side. We had students under the tutelage of Mr. and Mrs. Klein competing, where we had national champions, and we'll make sure that this is put on our website so they get enough recognition that they deserve. And we're always a leader in TSA. When I say this, I mean it. I have other schools contact me about our TSA, and can they come visit our TSA, and can they model our teacher, and can they shadow that teacher? And it happens, quite often, and we're glad to share that. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. And did we want to do the executive session now? Okay, so unfortunately, we're going to have to go into an executive session now. We shouldn't be that long, but we're going to convene over into the classroom so you all can stay here. Thanks for your patience. So we will go into executive session at 6:15 p.m.
Can I just ask that our Mr. Ashurst join us?
Of course. Do I need-
And
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So we returned from executive session at 6:51 PM, and so the first item is minute approval. Be it resolved the minutes of the June 6, 2026 Committee of the Whole meeting and the June 25, 2026 regular meeting are approved as presented, and I'll make that motion.
Second.
Thanks, Jen. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, next, treasurer and financial reports. Be it resolved, the treasurer and financial reports for June 2026 be approved as presented or amended, received, and filed. And I'll make that motion. Second. Thanks, Christine. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, let's see. First item, building and grounds. Item A, advertise for closed bids. Be it resolved, the Board of Education authorizes the administration to advertise for sealed bids for the following items: a 1996 Dodge Ram 3500 Cummins diesel dump truck. A second item is a 2002 John Deere 1025R tractor diesel. And the fourth item is a 40-foot aluminum flagpole. I will make the motion.
I'll second.
Thank you, Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
I'll do this. Business and finance, a PASBO business manager agreement renewal. Be it resolved, the Board of Education approves the renewal of the 26-27 PASBO business manager agreement to provide business management support by Mrs. Melinda Stuck on an as-needed basis at the cost of $101.25 per hour plus mileage and motel accommodations when necessary. Details are outlined in Appendix 1. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Thanks, Jen. Any discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, item B, Giddings SRO Agreement. Be it resolved, the Board of Education review and approve the proposal and agreement provided by Giddings Protective Security Incorporated for professional security services for Northern Cambria School District. The agreement allows for uniformed armed security guard as an SRO at $36.75 per hour during school hours and extracurricular activities 4 hours or more at $36.75 per hour and 4 hours or less at $52 per hour. An unarmed security guard will be provided at $30 per hour. Approval of the agreement is contingent on the review and approval by the solicitor. I will make the motion.
I'll second.
Thanks, Sarah. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, item C, educational and operational software renewals. Be it resolved, the Board of Education authorizes the administration to renew all educational and operational software for the 26-27 school year as listed, and you can read those.
I'll make the motion.
Thanks, Jen.
Second.
Thanks, Diane. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Non-resident student enrollment. Be it resolved, the Board of Education approves the non-resident enrollment of the following teachers' children in accordance with Policy 202 eligibility of non-resident students, which allows for their children to be enrolled in the 26-27 school year with an annual cost of $1,500 per household to be paid prior to the start of school. And you can see those teachers. I'll make the motion. I'll second. Thanks, Christine got it. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Item E, functional behavioral assessment services agreement. Be it resolved, the Board of Education authorizes the functional behavioral assessment services agreement with IU8 for a student. This agreement was reviewed by our solicitor. I'll make the motion. Oh, Diane, you want second?
Sure.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, item F, Ignite Education Solutions Master Agreement. Be it resolved, the Board of Education accepts the Ignite Educational Solutions Master Agreement to provide long-term contracted substitute staff on an as-needed basis for the term of 26-27 school year. Approval of the agreement is contingent on the review and approval of the solicitor. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Thank you, Sarah. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, item G, Ignite Education Solutions Nurse Service. Be it resolved, the Board of Education approves Ignite Education Solutions staffing for a nurse for a medically fragile student for the 26-27 school year. Approval of the agreement is contingent on review and approval by the solicitor. For details, see Appendix 4.
Make the motion?
Thanks, Jen.
I'll second.
Thanks, Christine. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Item H, Ignite Education Solutions Letter of Agreement for Title I Services. Be it resolved, the Board of Education approves the letter of agreement for Title I Services between the Northern Cambria School District and Ignite Education Solutions. The agreement provides Title I services to eligible students. Approval of the agreement is contingent on review and approval by the solicitor. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Thanks, Sarah. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, auction sale contract. Be it resolved, the Board of Education approves the auction sale agreement between Templeton Auctioneers and the Northern Cambria School District as reviewed by the solicitor.
Make the motion?
Thanks, Jen. I'll second. Any discussion? Yes.
So I read over the contract and it says anything that's in the school that we deem that we are auctioning off, will we get a list to approve before, or are we just letting it?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Okay, so this list, the auctioneer's gonna walk through the school and say,
Yeah.
this, and this is what we're auctioning off, because once they put it on the list, then the school can't say, we're gonna sell this privately. So will we know prior to the auction what items are included in the sale?
I will have to ask the auctioneer that.
Thank you.
Did not, I didn't have that incorporated into the contract.
Okay,
But-
it just says in the contract that, once we agree, then we lose rights to sell whatever is contained in the sale.
Okay.
So,
We don't want them to mark the scoreboards.
exactly my point, right?
Oh,
Or,
right.
Gotcha.
sports equipment,
Yeah.
athletic
Yep.
equipment,
Yeah, good
things
point.
like that. I would like to
Yeah, thank you.
agree to the items being
Yep.
sold before they are sold.
Yeah, certainly they would have an inventory.
Yeah, and just one other point of order or clarification, the tentative date, just because we want people to attend and we want it to be publicized and we want it, the tentative date is August 22nd.
Yes.
And it's a two-part auction because of the volume and because of some of the things that move there. The second date is not established yet, but August 22nd, once this is approved, the auctioneer services want to mobilize and do, they've done 2 walkthroughs just tentatively prior to contract agreement. They want to do another one, I believe this Thursday, pending approval of this, obviously. If this is approved, they want to come through and do that, and I will ask that question.
Please, yeah,
Yep,
let me know,
yep.
because
Well
there-
said.
I
Thank
know
you.
we have a lot of equipment for athletics,
Yeah.
phys ed,
Yeah.
Are we
scoreboards.
waiting to approve it? Let's approve it, or well, let's
Yeah,
vote to approve it.
So just,
Oh, sorry.
up in
No,
here,
no, you're fine.
just point of clarification, what I did walk through, and I walked through both
Yeah.
times, and we absolutely said, that's not part of the auction, that is part of the auction. That is-
Perfect.
No, there wasn't a lot, you know what I mean, there are a lot of things, but there wasn't a lot, like the scoreboards, like,
Not
I can tell you it didn't come up, but he didn't point at them and say, I can get, money
Yeah.
for those. But I will clarify that that's not on the auction. And the materials that, we knew we were actively using the gym space for events and for,
Sure. Like, I don't want to piecemeal out the
Yeah.
auditorium chairs either. Like, things like that, I want us to have final say whether or not they're going, because depending on what happens to the old building, those chairs might be useful to the buyer,
Correct.
if there is a
Yep.
buyer.
Yep, fair enough. Yep, thank you for putting it on my radar.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's reasonable,
Will, if we would approve this, would that?
Joe will work with auctioneer.
Okay, to make sure
designate
that's taken
things
care of.
that Or not go to the auction house.
All right, I just don't want to enter into a contract and then.
And will we?
He asked doors. I'll give you an example. He goes, are all these classroom doors, because he also knows his market. He knows who comes to his auctions, and he knows I can call X, Y, and Z and at least give them a heads up if I know I have this type of materials. And doors, it was one of them, and I said, I did endeavor to sell the doors.
Okay.
Will we, could you ask him if we could have an inventory sheet that we could go
Yeah.
over?
Yep.
That way you're not responsible for everything that we might
Absolutely.
not want to sell.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Good stuff.
That was great, yeah, okay. And, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Community relations, nothing at this time. Curriculum and instruction, nothing at this time. Legislation and policy, nothing at this time. Jen, personnel.
Item A, retirement notification. Be it resolved, the Board of Education accepts with regret the retirement notification of Mrs. Martha Lefferts from the custodial staff. Mrs. Lefferts has 34 years with the district. Her last day of employment will be August 4th, 2026. See attachment number 1. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Discussion.
Discussion?
Thank you for your dedication.
Point of order, yeah, it's
That's
great.
a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, thank
Always
you.
wonderful and so helpful and dedicated.
Oh, it's so
Thank you.
pleasant.
Yes.
She always was so pleasant.
Yeah, thank you, Martha. Okay, all in favor with regrets?
Yes.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Staff development, nothing at this time. Student activities, Christine.
Item A, MOU, 7th and 8th grade student council advisor. Be it resolved, the Board of Education approves the MOU between Northern Cambria School District and the Northern Cambria Education Association in regard to the 7th and 8th grade student council, 2025-26 school year. Is that right?
Yeah, this is,
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Thanks, Sarah. Any need for discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Item B, marching band director. Be it resolved, the Board of Education approves Allison Pattison as the high school band director to a 3-year contract, 2026-27, 27-28, and 28-29, with respective salaries at $6,228, and the following 2 years as negotiated. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Item C, extracurricular positions. Be it resolved, the Board of Education approves the following extracurricular positions for the 2026-27 school year. You can see the names: a color guard advisor, volunteer marching, and band assistants. I'll make the motion.
Second.
I think Jen got it in first. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Transportation, nothing at this time. Athletics, Jen.
Item A, Colt Barracks Training. Be it resolved, the Board of Education approves the request from Mr. Sam Schutte to hold the Colt Barracks Training Camp on August 16th and 17th, 2026. Camp details are outlined in attachment number 2, and I will make the motion.
I'll second.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
just one point of order. The attachment contains information in regards to the barracks taking place in the auxiliary gym. We're well aware that that might need, well, it is going to be need amended by Coach Schutte, and I'll work with Coach Schutte and Dan, Pajak, and whomever else is involved to endeavor to make that happen with the caveat that we want our students to be safe.
Yep. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay, payment of the bills. Be it resolved, the payment of the bills for the month of July 2026 be approved as presented or amended, received and filed. The list of bills will be added prior to the publishing of the public agenda.
It was added. Sorry
Okay.
about that.
No, well, I
forgot
just
to
read
take
what's
that
on the
out.
paper, Karen.
It's good note.
Okay. I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Thanks, Christine. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carries.
Okay. Any items that anybody is thinking that they want on the next agenda for the CoW meeting, which will be August 4th?
Did we have items from the June meeting that when we lost quorum that we need to be placed back on for a vote? I believe there might have been 1 or 2 items that we did not, we couldn't vote on because there was a lack of quorum, and they're not on this
I'll have
agenda.
to check.
I think one of them was the.
Wasn't it the software?
Equipment, the Jeep and, or the
And
tractor.
One was definitely that.
Yeah, one was
I
that.
don't know if they were all here now.
I feel like we
There-
kind
there
of.
There
was
might have
a,
been one other.
A spending allowance for,
Right,
Oh, yeah.
okay, that's an ongoing, yeah.
okay.
Okay, anything else? And August is the month where we get all of the fundraisers approved, right?
The calendar will be on there.
Perfect. Okay, anybody else? All right, you know you can always email. Okay, Be it resolved, the Committee of the Whole voting meeting of the Northern Cambria School Board for July 21st, 2026 be adjourned at 7:06 PM. I'll make the motion.
Second.
Diane, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Karen.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we need the